Right, this first poem I'm going to do for you started out as a tortured artist trope sort of poem, but the more I worked on it, it started to take on a whole new meaning for me. Sort of like you ignoring signs that you could have helped someone before it's too late. It's just called Chuck. I see you, Chuck Bukowski, clutching a pen. It's one of those fancy parkers that costs more than the grovel you're committing to a tiny bit of moleskin would ever make you, but yet you still think it will make you a made man. In the promised land, this coffee shop caricature of Charles sips of mocha, talks about how the world would choke you or force a steamy morsel of shit down your throat, or how best to fix a broken world. But then his lunch break is over and he goes back to his office in his ergonomic chair that's comfortably well worn, just like his shtick is. Grow up, Chuck Bukowski. I see you, Chuck Bukowski, clutching at straws. In an attempt to wring the tiniest drop of pity from a cushy existence, you choose to see a rainbow in grayscale. You draw the colours out until they sit stifled, turgid, lifeless, beaten like a beggar in the street. You chew happiness until the words fall out of your mouth like ash, like the remains of your own pompous Pompeii. I bet you get a thrill out of that. Look around you, Chuck Bukowski. I see you, Chuck Bukowski, clutching a cup. Piss poor piss water tea with a splash of cheap vodka as you toil away with calloused hands and aching bones, working to make up the money you had stolen from you from the bookies and the poker tables. You still have the still frames of your previous life memorised, of the starry-eyed kid with paper cuts and ink splotches on his hands that created worlds. The hand is still shaped the same fingers that sculpted vistas, but you don't recognise the face that gazes back at you. Remember it, Chuck Bukowski. I see you, Chuck Bukowski, clutching a bottle. Threadbare clothes cover the bones, arms wrapped tight around litres of frosty jacks, pulling them close to your breast. You count out your pocket of donated shrapnel sloppily, holding each metal disc to the sky to see it in a new light. But it seems you left your glasses in the previous life. But don't worry, this night is yours. Just you, your bottle, and the stars in the sky that used to shine bright in your eyes. You're resigned to your lot. We're sorry, Chuck Bukowski. Alright, this next one is... I could go on a bit of a big preamble, but really the title says, it's... The real line is actually the last line of the poem. Whenever I see you, you take my breath away. Every little inhale gets sucked in through a strange throat, exhaled like a stutter, like each cycle comes through as a stammer. My lips dry up, my tongue swells like a lake in a storm, but it's as dry and as grainy as a sand dune. I have hundreds of books sitting on dusty shelves, millions of words across thousands of dog-eared, sunburnt, water-damaged, ripped, faded, torn pages. But not a single sentence can be formed from them all, can come tumbling out of my mouth in a shape that would please, or a structure that would suffice to tell you just what keeps me up at night. Your voice comes through the air like a haunting tune, and I wouldn't want to sing to it. I couldn't bring myself to sing to it just in case you heard me. I just guess I didn't want to bring attention to it. Figured it would be better if I kept it hidden, tucked away in some darkened corner somewhere so I can plaster a smile over the front of it in the hopes to throw you off. Whenever I see you, a little bead of sweat drips from the back of my neck down to the small of my back, like ice water dripping over sauna rocks, and my hands tingle. Tiny jolts of electricity running through each and every nerve, shocking each and every synapse to recognise your presence. Whenever I see your name pop up on my phone, the small black letters that make it up stare back through the cracked screen. It makes my stomach flutter, tiny wings pushing up against my insides. And then I have to tell myself, that's just how it goes. That's just how panic attacks work. Right, this last poem is kind of a bit of a rough one for me, and it sort of speaks to everything that I usually write about or stuff I've gone through in my life. It's a bit long, but I like it. It's just called Housebound. Oh, hello there, old friend. I didn't hear you knocking. I'm sorry, the door's a bit broken. The hinges are all wonky, you see, and they squeak, but please do come in. Oh no, don't worry about taking your shoes off. The moths are taking a shine to the carpet, as you can see. Just walk around the warm patches and that, whatever that is. I forget that. Come here and sit. Oh God, it's been so long. How have you been? It's been awfully quiet lately for me. Remember the times you made me scream and ball my fist till they turned white? Such a gruesome thought in hindsight. Oh, but do tell me, why have you come? What's that? The plants are dead. Ah, yeah, that's my fault. They missed the sun, you see. We both did. So, yeah, they're dead now. How quickly things can change, eh? Allow me a moment to change. I do apologise. I've got to look my best when old friends drop by. Don't always get company. Seldom, really. In truth, it's been frightfully lonely. But here you are, back again to lighten the load, my dear old friend. Can I get you some tea? Or do you still insist on whiskey? A double? No trouble at all. The glass is chipped and the ice is, let's just say, it's sort of lost its shape. A little mistake with the electrics, I'm afraid. I seem to have lost the cores. I'm sure I have them hanging around here somewhere just in case. While I'm here, would you care for some bread? It's fresh baked, straight from the oven. No? Oh, I must insist, old friend, just a slice. There we go, a few slits in the flesh of Christ. Damn, that's sharp. Felt like just yesterday you introducing me to these things. I wonder where they've gone off to. Never mind, here, your drink, monsieur. Well, I see you've not lost your monstrous thirst, and a smile on your face as it burns the back of your throat. Oh, that takes me back to the good old days. Remember how you'd make me knock 'em back until I could barely make out your face? Your dark, decrepit, smirking fucking face staring back at me in every shiny object. Sometimes, do you remember, I would peck at it and have a nice red ribbon around my fist that you promised me was healthy. You never did tell me why you back. I mean, shit, why'd I even let you in? You return with a stupid sly smirk, a cheeky wink and a promise it'd be better this time. I exorcised you, remember? I purged every alien sinister urge you prompted and regurgitated every little capsule that you promised would help fix me. You peeled the paper from these walls. You locked the doors and blocked life out. You danced and chanted your rotten torts and set this roof on fire and chased the princess from this castle. So tell me, once and for all, now I'm alone, why are you back? And why do you look like me?